Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created Magic and Miracles to help people of all walks of life, all around the world, achieve their manifestation goals. All the information from me is below. If you're looking for coaching, the packages are listed below, and as well as on my original website, Magic letter N, miracles.com, where you will find the majority of my products. I have some do-it-yourself courses, but if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, you need to book a 1 hour session with me first so that we can make sure this is a good match. This is in your best interest. I want you to really get a sense of my personality as a coach and how I am in session, and that would definitely, that my teachings definitely resonate and that you understand them correctly. Once in a blue moon, it has happened that people misinterpret what I teach. I do not teach narcissism. I teach the purity of what it's like to be a golden Buddha. And the golden Buddha is the reference of to your God state. What is God state? God state is a reference to your ultimate higher self that you ought to become if you really want to be a masterful manifester. And that's the journey for all of us, all right? I've been a coach for 10 years now, 3 years on YouTube, and I've developed the signature coaching program that is infallible. If you follow my guidance, you will definitely achieve results. I ask that you stay with me 2 to 3 months on average. That's what's enough. Sometimes it might be that, you need to stick around a little bit longer so that we can drive it home, but I don't need the same intensity necessarily. So we play it by ear, excuse me. In my coaching, we don't necessarily, I can't really tell you in the first session how long it's going to take. Everybody's different. Everybody's personalities, history, sensibility, sensitivity is very different. I am able to give you advice in the first session and just my take on the overall situation, having helped thousands of people. But reality is we are going to understand as we work together how we progress. Sometimes 2 months ends up being enough. It just, again, depends on a lot of variables, such as where you are in your journey, how ready are you for what I have to offer. And this is purely, you need to make sure you watch more than one video by me to make sure that we resonate, as a person, personality to personality. I'm very direct. That's the only way I know how to be, and actually works really well in coaching. Not to say that I'm not soft when I need to be, but I feel it is my duty and obligation to tell you the truth. That's what you pay me to do, and how to get what you want, basically. I don't think, it serves any fucking purpose in a situation like this to bullshit you. To tell you lies, to sell you a scam, or to make false promises. I'm going to be completely ruthlessly honest. And some people, once in a blue moon, a person doesn't like it. This is why I tell you, first session, 1 hour first, and then the journey of, quantum leaping to another parallel timeline. All right. I'm actually super mega inspired, and it's so strange because it's like, the heat wave is in New York, and it was like 100 degrees today, and I had to be outside and walk outside. And it's just strange that I'm so inspired at 11 o'clock at night. But anyway, it's not unlike me. So this is probably going to be titled How to Rendezvous with the Ideal Version of Your SP. And I'm going to talk about a little bit how I see, this whole situation of, because people come to me with different situations, different problems. And sometimes the question is this the right person? Are they right for me? How do I know? Things like that. Should I try with them, or should I give up, and this and that? All of these ambiguities kind of situation. And, if you end up in coaching with me, obviously it's custom made, the process, and we get to it in details. But on average, and not on average, in general, I should say, I see it like this, okay? There are different parallel realities, different timelines even, that you can visit based on the change of your mood. The change of your vibration is the ticket to another parallel reality, parallel timeline. If you have been, now I'm not talking about, although if you make an intention powerful enough, yes, you could absolutely quantum leap to a parallel reality, provided you've done the work. Always have to insert this, provided you've rewired your beliefs. I mean, you ain't going anywhere with your old beliefs. It's just the truth, and it's just, reality of things, all right? So there is no quick fix in that sense. But in one day, in 1 minute, you can absolutely, with a strong intention, quantum leap into the right parallel reality. Now, if you momentarily happen to be in a bad mood, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about consistently vibrating in a certain way where you're not at your best, let's just put it politely, okay? And you're not really doing anything about it. So that becomes tricky. So what I want to say about this is that if you, and only you will know this, that's the easiest part, right? In that sense, you can only lie to yourself to a certain point. Only you will know what you're vibrating as. And feelings are so intricate. I have yet to come up with I think I finally have in dream state the other night how to explain how to layer your feelings for the ultra precise manifestation, because I'm still coming up with words and concepts to explain how I see the world in my mind and how I create so that I can explain it to you guys. So if you happen to have been vibrating, let's just say it's been months, maybe years even, all right? And it's a feeling, it's a theme. On that frequency, you will only be able to see a certain kind of cast, okay? Meaning like the crew, all right? Your actors, that is. Only one kind of role that is assigned to this SP of yours on that frequency. Just deal with it. This is the pure mechanics. You're in some kind of a grumpy mood, and I'm not criticizing you for that. Listen, we're all human. I'm just explaining how to not stay there. If you're in a grumpy mood, do not expect for 1 fucking second for anything to change in the right direction. You have to go to work, my darling. And there's stupid little things that you could do every single day to shift your mood, right? But on that frequency, and again, I'm only going on the assumption that like you're being honest with yourself, or you're able to at least, kind of like sit down, take a moment and say, all right, how am I really feeling here? Really, really, like at the end of the day, when I'm going to sleep, what am I identifying as? Who am I? What kind of a feeling colors my world? This will be the exact replica of all the qualities of people that you will encounter on that level. In that, I see it like, like a library, like the universe is a library, and a certain timeline being represented by a certain mood is a shelf. And on that fucking shelf, only these kinds of stories, books and stories are presented to you. Do not wait for things to change, but it's so easy to do it. It's easier said than done, yes, if you have been accustomed to a certain vibration, but it's easier than running around and changing people, is my point. to change yourself and then change the world. It's kind of like, when they say you can change the world by changing yourself. It's so true. It's actually literally true. So don't wait for anything to change if you're still a people pleaser. Oh my God, can I talk? People pleaser if you're still selling yourself short. If you still don't know your golden energy, your golden Buddha energy. What does it mean? I'm respecting myself enough that I care. I care very fucking much how I feel. I know how a golden Buddha feels. And if I'm depriving myself of that for whatever stupid fucking reason, and the reasons could be many, listen, could be fears, could be insecurities, could be something coming up for you to clear, essentially, is all. As I said in the beginning, we're all on our journeys. But the thing is that for whatever reason, you're not going there. And so to operate from that reality, wishing and hoping for something different, it's fruitless. It's fruitless because literally what the universe is asking for you, listen, we'll provide whatever the fuck you want. We'll provide everything, anything and everything and anyone, right? But you're just going to have to kind of like make sure that you make up your mind to be consistent in the energy that you prefer to operate from. And that you assign completely different roles, therefore, to people around you, SP included. It's impossible to be grumpy and assign a good role to another person. The expectation, it gives you away. You're grumpy because you're not expecting anything different. But what if in one moment you started expecting a diametrically opposed result? Now, of course, it takes getting used to. It's not that. It's just on different frequencies, you meet different versions of people. And so not everybody, let's just say it's not just SPs, it's everybody in your life. But you have to be honest. Where am I emotionally? Okay? Where am I energetically? On this frequency, only this outcome is possible. And if I want to, let's just say, uninvite a third party or uninvite a situation and start, going towards the resolution of the situation, I have to be able to completely unattach myself with the way that I used to vibrate before towards that very something that I say I don't prefer. Or maybe it's your SP who's, being a womanizer or whatever. I cannot change the situation by bringing to the table the same expectation, the same vibration. I'm reinforcing it. I can't be doing that. So in that sense, like when people ask me, is this the right person or what should I do? Ask yourself, first of all, does this version resonate with you right now of this person? Truly, just from the bottom of your heart, are you really comfortable in your skin around this person? Or it's just you really are just people pleasing because you're seeing that you yourself on your own somehow are not enough for this person. Because that's a projection of your consciousness, but you're playing into the drama kind of situation, if that makes any sense. So by continuing to play into the drama rather than saying, fine, fuck you, I'm not enough for you, that's fine, right? I don't prefer this version anyway. You kind of, whatever, walk away from this quantum reality and go into another and say, you know what? I'm going to choose a parallel version of this person or another person or whoever it happens to be, where you know what, these are my motherfucking rules. You're going to be really agreeable. You're going to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm not having any other way other than this. Now, parenthesis here, darling loves. When I say it with such assertion, And I know through the ears of evil-minded people, this sounds really just kind of sadistic, right? It is not at all what I teach. What I do teach is that you ought to stand up for yourself in a very deterministic way and demand what's right for yourself. Because a lot of you don't do that. A lot of you are people pleasers. And so it's not a matter of being sadistic or kind of like dictatorship-like or whatever, a dictator-like, rather. It's about really being honest. Did I produce this version of this person from the right vibration? If the answer is no, they make me feel like shit or they're acting shitty, say goodbye to this version. Okay, it's the easiest way. Now, listen, you might just want to just unmanifest a person, period, out of your reality. That's, slightly different than manifesting the ultimate version. The ultimate version is no version in that case, but but the same applies, right? So if you manifested somebody unkind and unpleasing, of course, you happen to have been in the same zoo with them, on the same shelf, right? You attracted that version or that person in that reality. Your job is to completely disregard, ask for exactly what you want without any apologies or any explanations. Yes, I want you to become accepting of that. It's that easy. If I'm going to ask for something, I really have to ask for exactly what I want. Only that will do. You know why? Because only that is sustainable. Anything else is a deviation from the program called just happiness, like natural happiness, natural golden Buddha status. If you're finding yourself in a position of, I have to chase with this person, I have to, I don't know, do stupid shit, you know what I mean? Like, that is not a representation of who I really am. So, therefore, I must abandon that entire behavior, and start acting on my own ideal. And if this version isn't coming along, another one will. Unless, like I said, you want to unmanifest them, period, which is totally fine. Now, another layer of this is, yes, I've spoken about abusive people, which is a complete no-no for me, okay? But there's also not abuse, but unhappiness with what you actually have right now. And fearing that if you let that go, there won't be anything else kind of situation. That also, it just, again, goes to show that you just don't believe manifestation is real, that you don't believe that you can choose for yourself better, that you don't believe that, this is possible for you. And again, you continuing to people please, and you can potentially, maybe you're with a person who doesn't represent your values, does not represent your energy. And you're trying to, like, really hard as an empath would, and I've been there, to fucking squeeze yourself into, kind of like twist yourself into a pretzel for this person. All the while, you're feeling the entirety of time like, I'm overstepping myself here. And I know this. This is a sacrifice, listen, that you will regret. If at any point in time it will dawn on you what a catastrophic disservice you're doing to yourself by remaining with that person or with that version of a person, that fear, the acting out of fear is never good. So this is what I mean by be honest. What is your motivation in this situation? Like when an actor is presented with a scene, with a script, they always have to decide, what is my action here? What am I motivated? What is my motivation? What am I motivated by? If my motivation is fear, no good. No good. It has to be, I'm free. I'm fucking free. I'm making decisions as a free person. Only in this way. If you're operating out of desperation, you're on a desperation shelf. No good, still. If you're operating, and I don't particularly care in that sense, what you think is possible for you, anything is possible. Dare and try one time. And just come from a genuine place of love. I would love X, Y, and Z. Do you know how much more connection you have to this rather than to anything else? Rather than trying to maintain something or trying to figure out what would work, just plainly stating, like, this is what the fuck I want. It's so much easier. And yet people avoid it and try to manipulate in their minds what they think is possible, how it would look. Is this going to be, all this overthinking rather than it's just so straightforward. And I feel like if you can be honest with yourself, like which frequency, which shelf are you manifesting this person right now from, or are you keeping this person in your life from, or are you making decisions from? If it's anything but love, if it's anything but I'm doing this because it excites me, forget it. I just literally forget it. You have to go back to the drawing board and realign yourself. This is the work, guys. This is all the work. Realign your energy, whatever it takes you, and then try again. And that will be on a whole other motherfucking level. But it will be effortless. All that work will be worth it. Just, trying to hit the target when you're not aligned is a waste of motherfucking time. Okay? You better off take a little time to prepare yourself, align your energy, and be honest again. Where am I coming from this time around? Is it excitement? Yes. Does it feel like homecoming? Does it feel like acceptance? Does it feel like I'm totally approved and safe and everything on your list? Good. Then that's the vibration you should make decisions from. Not, I'm missing out, or it's going away, or blah, 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 blah. No. We're not interested in any of that shit. So like when people say I'm manifesting, it sounds so pathetic to me. Like, honestly, it sounds so sad. Like, what? No, no. No, you're aligning your energy. Manifestation is instant, okay? A lot of people so fucking confused in manifestational community is all so annoying and boring by now. Seriously though. I mean, no, manifesting is 1 second. The alignment of energy, the you making a home on a new frequency, on a new shelf, and making that your base, that's the work. But that's not manifesting. That's just retweaking your engines so that the Rolls Royce that you are, you fucking drive better. Okay? So you don't drive like a Toyota. No offense to anybody. Okay? If you are a Rolls Royce and you're driving like a Toyota, there's a fucking problem. Okay, is my point. You are the golden Buddha. You ought to choose from the highest of high. If you're making that decision, if nothing else you'll take away from this audio, is that if you're making any decision right now, any decision what to think, how to interpret, what to do next, get yourself, at least try to imagine what a person with confidence and the golden Buddha status would do. Okay? You can use me. What would Anna do? Kind of situation. Make a decision from a highest frequency possible available to you right now and continue doing that. The implications of this exercise will be amazing to your life. You will never fucking settle again, nor will you feel the pressure. So in quotations, pressure from what? From whom? Leave the peanut gallery in the fucking dust. You're in charge of this conversation with your universe through your vibration. What the fuck do you care about everybody else's beliefs and projections and blah, 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 blah. You know what? Leave me out of it. Goodbye, you should say. I'm focusing on the highest version that not even, like, you should feel like a little bit intimidated, but it's in a good way. Like, holy shit, bananas, this could be me. But not in an unattainable way, but this is so freaking fantastic. I'm blown away by my own vision, but to feel like it energizes you, like it inspires you, it excites you. Again, not like, holy shit, bananas, I better, get an SP before my time ran out. Not like that at all. Are you listening? Not like that at all. You will never achieve good results this way. Just trust me, I've been there. When you're desperate, you attract people who are desperate also. And it's not a good sight. It's very, very unhealthy. You need to come up to an octave or two in vibration, that is, and really just start being honest. Which place am I creating from right now? And if I'm encountering less than, fantastic results, I myself must be not connecting with the right timeline through my own vibration. There's no judgment in that sense. It's not like, oh my God, hurry up and get there. No. But don't say you're manifesting. Don't pressure yourself. Don't be hard on yourself the entirety of time. You're not there. Just understand the process is entirely with you. Which shelf are you finding yourself on today? That's it. What are you reading, actually? What are you consuming? Side note here. Double entendre. What occupies your mind today? Where are you making these decisions from? That's it. Make the good decisions that you want, disregarding the peanut gallery and just about everything else, actually. Disregarding what you think is possible. Just ask simply for what you want and stick with that world. That vibration will bring in so effortlessly. You will look back and be like, fuck, man, I could have saved all this time. You're telling me I could have saved all this time if I just simply asked for what I want and just stayed there to the best of my ability? Yeah, I know, but that's, again, easier said than done. Easier said than done. When you get there, just be happy you're there. You know what I mean? I know some of you who have been through my coaching and this and that, like, arrive there and they're like, oh my God, now I get it. But it takes a minute. So what? Be honest again. Be honest where you are. Don't expect fireworks when you feel like shit. Just be honest. This is where I am. This is the process. It's going to be all right. I don't have to criticize the process of upgrading in frequency. That's just how the universe is constructed. There's nothing you can do about it. And I feel like the more fluid you are about it, the faster you get where you need to go, quite frankly. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me again is below. Until next time, ciao, ciao.